Today on the Trent Out Loud Podcast. Like, I don't understand. If they're injecting fat in your butt, why can't they inject some in your thighs at the same time? Like, I can't stand when it looks unbalanced. What up? It's your boy, Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's Wednesday morning. I'm feeling good. It's hump day. Y'all know what it is. It's my third favorite day of the week, and this is officially episode 322. All right, I got a good show set up for you guys today. I got no lead stories. I got a bunch of quick news. We did this for Labor Day weekend. We got a bunch of emails and comments saying that you guys like this format. So I'm going to try it out a couple of more times this week and see how it goes. All right, our first quick story, we're going to talk about Cardi B and Offset still getting a divorce despite rumors of reconciliation. Then we're going to talk about Ice Spice beefing with her bestie Cleotrapa. Then we're going to talk about LeBron James, Donald Trump, Cameron not wanting to see a 70-year-old Denzel Washington in action movies. We're going to talk about Nick Cannon talking about BBLs. Then we're going to jump into Jamie Foxx Instagram update and the Chase Bank ATM glitch. They're reminding people that the money y'all took from those ATMs are fraud. Stay tuned. I will tell you all about it. Then we're going to jump into question of the day, and we're going to close out, as we always do, with a little bit of sports news. We're going to talk Steph Curry. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TV, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Cardi B and Offset still getting divorced despite reconciliation rumors. Despite how things may look, Cardi B and Offset are still moving forward with their plans for divorce. Recently, the former lovebirds threw a big party for their son's third-year birthday. Several images and videos from the fun event have since made their way online, showing both Cardi B and Offset were in attendance for Wave's special day. While some didn't think anything of the rapper being in the same place as one of his children following their breakup, others question if the family moments were meant for them to get back together. However, insiders have shut down the growing reconciliation rumors. Sources share with TMZ that Cardi B and Offset divorce is still very much on and moving forward as scheduled. Thankfully, as their recent event shows, the celebrities have remained amicable and aren't allowing their personal issues to come between their responsibilities as parents. In addition, the insiders reveal no bitterness or strife has surfaced as they go through the divorce proceedings. All right. Y'all know Cardi B and Offset ain't getting divorced. I don't care what these rumors say. I don't care what they say to TMZ. I don't care what insiders. They ain't getting divorced. All right. This is literally I may be exaggerating, but it's like the 10th or 15th time that Cardi B has wanted to divorce from Offset. And I'm not even talking about this party. We all know that Offset has always been very close to his children, the children that he had before Cardi B, and of course the children that he has with Cardi B. So I'm not surprised that things are amicable between them and that he's showing up to his kid's birthday party. It's just Cardi B, right? Offset does some stupid-ish, messes around with some girl or Instagrams, or she finds a text message, she blows up. Cardi B is hot-headed. She said it a million times. She's Dominican. She's West Indian. She's blah, blah, blah. That's how Cardi B is. And we love her for it. You see her going off on her lives all the time. She's just mad at Offset. Offset is probably not giving her what she wants because he normally comes back and apologizes. I'm sorry. He's probably trying to stand his ground. As the divorce proceedings get closer and closer, Offset's going to be like, yo, baby, take me back. I love you. And everything will be fine. They are not getting divorced. I don't care what no inside information says. All right, in our second quick story, Ice Spice dad and manager defend her after she's exposed by Cleotrapa for alleged tour mistreatment. He said public bashing means therapy is needed. All right, before I even get into this has been going on for the past, I think it started on the weekend, so the past 2 days. I tried not to talk about it yesterday or even on Monday's show, but it's literally just keeps on going on. So I got to do my job and talk about all the viral moments that are going on in entertainment and music. So I got to talk about this, but take us with a grain of salt because this is just two best friends kind of arguing back and forth. One went on tour. Ice Spice took Cleo on tour. She claims that she didn't pay her. To be honest with you, you know what I think this is? And I hate doing this, but it's just what I feel in my gut. I feel like this beef is fabricated so that we could get talking about Cleotrapa and people could get to know her a little bit better, because Ice Spice always gets all the attention. These girls are, I think, high school friends or even maybe elementary school friends. This beef seems a little bit manufactured, let's just say, for a better word. And I think they're just doing this to get the blogs talking, because people don't really mess with Cleo's music and all that. And Ice Spice had her opening, and I don't think she's gaining traction. Like I said, I hate to do this, but I think this is what it is. This is why I don't really want to talk about it. But I'll read a little bit of the article to you guys, and you guys can draw your own conclusion. Ice Spice's team is doing damage control after she was put on blast by her former friend and fellow rapper Cleotrapa. Unless you've been living under a rock, we're sure you're aware of Cleopatra's 6-part TikTok series where she broke down why she decided to pull the plug on her friendship with Ice Spice. The rock star, it's quote unquote, the rock star artist said a lot, but her more serious allegations surrounding the recent Wrapped US leg tour of Ice Spice Y2K included claims that she wasn't paid and had to carry her own bags and was previously isolated by Ice Spice. Cleo also alleges that despite Ice Spice personally inviting her on tour and said she would be taken care of, Cleo learned after the fact that she would have to come out of her own pocket for food and hotel stays. Ice Spice has already taken to her X account to somewhat address what Cleo had to say. Unfortunately, the Grammy-nominated artist, this isn't the first time she's been slammed by an ex-friend, and may have already taken Cleo's side. Coming forward to defend Ice Spice against a backlash she received is her manager, James, and he took to his X account to fire off some recent posts. Okay, I'm not reading these posts, sorry. They're just going back and forth. Like I said, this is all over Google. And Ice Spice and Cleo, I actually didn't know that there's a 6-part TikTok series, so maybe there might be some truth to it. But listen, what I do know from the music industry is sometimes some big artists will invite some unknown name artists out to open up for them. But yeah, there are some expenses that you'll have to incur on your own. And it's an investment into your own future, right? You get to be in front of an audience of 25,000 people who are Ice Spice fans that might not be your fans. So you have to invest in your own thing. I think the kind of mix-up that's really happening is that Ice Spice invited her, and then she found out later that she would have to pay for her own food and hotels. Like I said, I find it a little hard to believe if you guys are best friends and you invite me out on tour and this stuff is not discussed and there's not lawyers involved, there's no contracts, like these things are negotiated beforehand. It just seems a little suspicious to me. You guys decide. Like I said, you could Google and find out some more information, because this seems like a little bit catty to me or fake. Y'all let me know what you think. All right, in our third quick story, LeBron James says he wants to be remembered for more than just the game of basketball. I really like this. LeBron James says he wants to be remembered for more than just the game of basketball. The 39-year-old NBA star says when people look back and talk about him, he hopes they also mention his role as a husband and a father, or him lending a hand to his community. He said, "I'm old as F now in terms of basketball, but I'm young in life and I still have a lot more to do." Here's a little clip from LeBron James. Take a listen.
From time to time, I do think about how do I want to be remembered? And I hope that it's not just the game of basketball. You know, the things that I do in my community, you know, the way that myself and Savannah raise our kids, my relationship with my single parent mother.
For those of you who are loyal watchers, you know that I always get on LeBron James. I say he's not the GOAT. Kobe's better than him. Michael Jordan is better than him, etc. I always end it off or start off by saying, this is just a little ongoing joke that LeBron and I have with each other. I don't even know LeBron James, but it is a joke that we have going on. No, I'll give LeBron James a hard time just because, you know, he's not the type of basketball player that I like. I like a more like a Kobe or a Jordan, but that kind of like that arrogant mentality on the court, and LeBron is not like that. Like I said, it's just an on-court type of thing. I say that to say, I always also do say how much I love LeBron James off the court. And I always say, if I had to choose a friend between Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and LeBron James, I'd want LeBron to be my friend. But if I was making a basketball team, I would want Kobe or Jordan. And that's who I would pick for my on the court. The stuff that this man does off the court, the example he sets as a father, as a husband, as just a leading role model in the Black community, the stands that he takes, the outspoken nature, for the things that he believes in, is not only just admirable. It's literally like it's a blueprint of what an athlete should be, if you ask me. So like I said, all the on-court stuff I leave there, and I 100%, anytime I do talk about LeBron James, I will definitely be mentioning all the things that he wishes, and I hope a lot of you do too, because off the court, this man is pretty much, he is one of the top 3 best basketball players of all times. But to me, he's one of the greatest athletes off the court of all time. So I salute you, LeBron James. All right, in our fourth quick story, Donald Trump ordered by judge to stop playing Isaac Hayes' Hold On at his rallies. Isaac Hayes' estate has won a victory in the ongoing legal battle against Donald Trump. As previously reported, the estate of the late singer Isaac Hayes took legal action against Donald Trump's campaign for using the song Hold On, I'm Coming without permission at rallies and for commercials. A federal judge ruled in an emergency injunction yesterday, determining that Trump's campaign must stop using the tune at events, while the family of one of the recording co-writers pursued a lawsuit over the two-time presidential hopeful using the song. However, the judge also ruled that Trump won't have to remove any published material that have already been featured the song. Well, that's stupid. Why wouldn't he have to remove that? That doesn't make any sense. An attorney for Trump spoke on the ruling with reporters and said, the campaign has no interest in annoying or hurting anyone, and if Isaac Hayes' family feels that it hurts or annoys them, that's fine. Here's a little clip from the Isaac Hayes family. Take a listen.
We are very grateful and happy for the decision by Judge Thrash. Donald Trump has been barred from ever playing the music of Isaac Hayes again. I want this to serve as an opportunity for other artists to come forward that don't want their music used by Donald Trump.
Y'all know that Donald Trump does this on purpose, right? You know he does this to rile up his base. This gets his people. Donald Trump does whatever he wants. He's a renegade. He does this. He doesn't care. That's what they like about Donald Trump. I'm not saying the Isaac Hayes family should have not taken him to court and not stopped him, but this is what makes Donald Trump popular. I keep telling you guys, every time there's something in the paper, he did this or he did that, it gets his name being talked about. It riles up his base, and he is very anti-presidential, and that's what people love about him. Oh, we don't want another, Bill Clinton. We don't want another George Bush, Barack Obama, Kamala Harris. They're presidential. They're this, they're that, whatever. They like that he ruffles feathers. So every time something like this happens, you're only riling up his base even more. All right, this brings us to our fifth quick story. Cameron says Denzel Washington starring in The Equalizer at his age is no longer believable. He said, I'm not watching you do karate at 71 years old. By the way, Cameron is not only a rapper and a podcaster, he's also a full-time comedian, all right? Or he should be a full-time comedian. Hip-hop veteran Cameron thinks Hollywood has a serious problem. The rapper recently explained why he feels the movie capital is currently void of creativity, specifically taking issue with older actors like Denzel Washington being portrayed unrealistically. During an episode on his podcast, Come Talk to Me, with fellow rapper Mace, Cameron expressed his concern that the same ideas keep circulating throughout Hollywood. He said, they keep doing the Smurfs. They're on the new Ghostbusters. This is the 7th Superman since I've been alive. It's like, come on, are we ever going to get anything new? Cameron declared his refusal to watch any more Rambo or Equalizer movies, and the latter starring Denzel Washington. He said, I love Denzel Washington as an actor, but I'm not watching him do karate at 71 years old. I love him as a great actor, but this N-word starting to do karate in the 70s, it's not believable anymore. I can't F-word with Denzel Washington in Equalizer. In case you're unfamiliar, the original Equalizer film starred Denzel Washington, 69 years old, and was directed by Antoine Fuqua, and it was a hit in the theaters in 2014. The movie sees Washington take on the persona of an ex-Marine and a CIA officer who were reluctantly returned to action to protect a teenage trafficking victim fleeing the Russian mafia. Despite mixed reviews from critics, the movie was a box office success, earning over $192 million with a budget between $55 and $73 million. Talks of the second film began as production was wrapping on the first film, and it wasn't long after that it spawned into a trilogy. Yo, Cameron, I love you, my dude, but you're wrong on this one, man. Denzel Washington doesn't look anywhere near 70 years old, first of all. Second of all, when you see him doing those moves, it does look believable. He's not trying to be a young man. He is an ex-Marine, an ex-CIA officer. He is old. He doesn't want to be in the game, but he does it just because like the article just said, it's trafficking this or whatever, blah, blah. You know, y'all know the storyline, right? So if he was trying to play a 40-year-old, I would understand, but he's an old retired guy. What I do agree with is Hollywood needs some new stuff. I do agree with they keep revamping like these old characters and these old trilogies, but it's because the newer generation is going away from the traditional movie and going more towards things that are on like Tubi, these smaller, smaller movie productions because they're easier to make. Back in the day, you were an actor, you went to Juilliard, you did this, whatever, and you tried to get into Hollywood. Now you could make a couple of $1 million filming your own movie and putting it on YouTube or putting it on smaller streaming services. So I think that's why Hollywood is stagnant, because there's a shift, right? And more people are watching podcasts or streaming services and less are going to the movies. So when you're making a movie, you're trying to bank on the actors that are known, like Denzel Washington, Tom Cruise, Will Smith, or whatever. So I do agree with him that some sort of transitions must be made. However, you're not going to talk about Denzel Washington like that. Sorry, bro. All right, in our sixth quick story, Nick Cannon says, BBLs are hard and feels like basketballs. I would much rather natural. The father of 12, Nick Cannon, says he likes his women au naturel. During the latest episode of Nick Cannon's pop culture podcast, We Play in Spades, the 43-year-old and his co-host, Courtney Bay, the TikTok star, blah, blah, took a moment to discuss how men truly feel about Brazilian buttless. Before the conversation shifted to something else, Raymond asked the drumline star to confirm if BBLs are hard. Nick answered and he replied. He said, they feel like basketballs. I like my women natural. After shock from Raymond, who quickly fired back saying, men say that, but then the B words who they mess around with, the women who they mess around with, are never natural. To that, Nick replied, and he says, it is what it is. I appreciate their creativity. He then claimed that he likes natural-looking bodies. However, according to Raymond, this means that Nick doesn't truly like natural bodies, and he and other men only like bodies without plastic surgery when they're shaped nicely and mimic BBL bodies. BBLs, a once popular cosmetic procedure, seems to be gaining more bad press by the day. As recently reported, rapper Dream Doll shared in July that she's reverting back to her natural body. When asked if BBLs are going out of style, she added, more slim, thick, or what's in right now. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to ask you guys what you think about this. Send me an email on this topic, guys and girls. This is actually the big talk right now. If you notice, Ice Spice has lost a significant amount of weight. She's like slim, thick now, where she used to just be like thick. Kim K used to be more thick. She's lost a lot of weight. Megan Thee Stallion has lost a lot of weight. They are saying now the new trend of what's hot is a slim, thick, where you're still have a little bit of a booty, but this thick BBL style is kind of really going out of style. I kind of agree with Raymond, where I think men say that, but I think more what I'm trying to say is like they don't like to admit that they like it, where it's trendy to be like, oh no, I like a natural woman, but they actually really like it. So you guys let me know what you think. My opinion is I actually don't really like anything fake, but I kind of understand a woman that wants to do it for her own self-confidence, and as long as they do it like within reason, I don't mind it. But I obviously don't like the overtly ridiculous ones. It drives me nuts when I see a girl that has a big fake butt and her thighs are literally like the size of her calves and her butt is 20 sizes bigger and it's just hanging over. Like, I don't understand. If they're injecting fat in your butt, why can't they inject some in your thighs at the same time? Like, I can't stand when it looks unbalanced. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. Send me an email, trent@exocitylife. I keep on doing that. Trent@cfqr600.com. Comment below or send me a DM at Trent Out Loud. All right, in our 7 quick story, Jamie Foxx announces one-man show dealing with his health scare. Jamie Foxx is ready to turn his healthy scare into a heartfelt performance. The Oscar award-winning actor is set to take stage with a new one-man show titled One More Chance, an event with Jamie Foxx. The show will delve into his recent health scare, mixing humor, heart, and inspiration as he reflects on his journey. Jamie Foxx's health scare first came to light in April 2023 when news broke that he was hospitalized in Atlanta due to medical complications. Reflecting on his ordeal, Jamie expresses his gratitude and new outlook on life at various public events. In March 2024, he spoke at the African American Film Critic Association Special Achievement Awards, mentioning his intent to address his health scare in a unique comedy style. He said, "Everybody wants to know what happens, and I'm going to tell what happened, but I got to do it my way." So I'm so anxious to hear about this. I do remember there was like a little viral clip that I think it was TMZ put out, where he was like at a cafe and somebody asked him what happened. And he said like he took a pill, he had a headache, he took a pill. And then all of a sudden he was just in the emergency room. But we know we're going to hear a lot more details. I think it's smart of him to turn this into an event. I'm sure it's going to be kind of like a stand-up because obviously Jamie's origins are a stand-up comedian. I'm sure it's going to end up being like on Netflix or on Apple or on Hulu or somewhere. And all the more power to him, man. Make some money off of an unfortunate situation. I'm here for it. All right, in our 8th quick story, Instagram now allows users to upload 20 pictures to your slides instead of 10. All right, let me know if you guys are excited about this. Y'all know I live on Instagram, so I think it's actually pretty cool. A lot of people in the comment section are like, yo, 10 was enough. What do you need 24? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it doesn't mean that you must post 20. It just means for the person that wants to post a little bit more than 10, now you have the option. I don't understand why people get so mad over like stupid things. It literally makes no sense to me. But anyways, if you are a person that likes to take pictures or you do like your monthly photo dump and you've wanted to post a little bit more than 10 pictures, now with the new update, you can. All right, in our 9th and final quick story, Chase Bank warns viral ATM glitch is actually check fraud. All right, let me know if you guys heard about this. Stay away from these viral trends. According to USA Today, over the weekend, TikTok video went viral claiming people could get free cash from Chase Bank ATMs. However, Chase clarified that it was a glitch and those involved were actually committing fraud. The video showed users depositing large checks at ATM and quickly withdrawing small amounts before the check cleared, thinking they've discovered a little loophole. In reality, this is check fraud, a criminal act. Chase addressed the issue and warned against attempting this trend. The trend exploited the bank rule that allows partial access to check deposits before they fully clear. Some TikTok users celebrated with cash, but others later showed negative account balances in their checking account. A spokesman from Chase Bank said, regardless of what you're seeing online, deposits of fraudulent checks and withdrawing funds in your account is fraud, plain and simple. I did see this over the weekend. I don't know why. I think I actually just forgot to talk about it on Monday's show. But yeah, I saw a lot of people posting out their bank accounts being like $20,000 negative, $30,000 negative. Like, what were you guys thinking? These bank accounts are in your name. Even if they let you deposit something and take it out, it's eventually going to come back to you. So unless you are like, you know, like a scammer and using a fake name, or you know what I mean, like you don't mind going to jail for these things, and you're like, hey, this $20,000 is worth going to jail for, fine. But the regular people that have jobs and use their bank account to pay the bills, like, what were you thinking getting in on this? Like, you thought that you weren't gonna have to give the money back, and it's not like you can have it for like years where it's like an interest-free loan. You got to pay that rate away, and they will charge you interest on it. They didn't mention that, but I saw that somewhere else. You're going to have to start paying interest on it, and it's going to be higher than just a regular loan. So these are trends that, like, I just don't understand people getting in. But hey, y'all do you. All right, this brings us to question of the day. All right, this is a good one. I want to know how many of you want to join in. What's the weirdest habit that you have that no one knows about? All right, somebody said, why would I tell y'all my secrets? Because it's a game. We were supposed to, you know, tell us one little thing. It's not that big of a deal. Pumpkin said, when I watch a movie or a show, I have to Google everything about the movie, the actor, and the director. That's a weird habit I have. I don't think that's really that weird. I do that on the final episode of shows. The final episode, like season 8. Let's say it ends at season 8. I just did that watching Dexter. So at the end of the show, when it's totally over, I'll go back and research stuff. Somebody said, Marcia_11 said, I watch funerals of people I don't know on YouTube. The gang members' funerals are the best. That is definitely a weird habit. That is very, very weird. And the fact that you have one that's your best, like I got a top, you're rating funerals? Yeah, that's weird. No shade, but that's weird. _the life greatest said, I like to be left alone. That's a weird habit. Okay, that's not even funny. Tay Bougie said, when I come out the shower, I immediately start throwing punches in case someone broke in. I blame Scary Movie. Okay. Beyond Bless 52 said, I only use eggs in even numbers so the carton stays balanced. All right, that's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird, but that's a kind of cool habit. That's fair to share. Taking one day at a time 82 said, I look up everything I don't know, despite how weird and crazy or small it is. I need to understand for myself. I do that. That's not a weird habit. I Google everything. People get so annoyed if I'm in a conversation with somebody and somebody says something that I never heard of, I Google it. Or if we're like, oh yeah, I don't remember how many rings LeBron James has. If nobody doesn't know, I am an information guy. That's why I love having this podcast, to give you guys information. Like, why should we argue back and forth of something? Like, Google, phone, I'll tell you who's right. And if I'm wrong, I'm happy to be wrong, because that just means I learned something and I'll be right for the next conversation. So no shame in that. That's not a weird habit at all. Late Tate said, everything has to be even. I think that's a little like an ADD thing. I used to have that when I was a kid, but I broke out of that. I walk on a treadmill late at night for 30 minutes to make myself get sleepy. It's like a baby that needs a bottle before bed. It's not really, I wouldn't say that's weird. Come on, guys. We need some weird stuff. Omar the cook said, I talk to myself, but I'm not weird. I just want to hear myself out. It's a little bit weird. My secret is I like to keep my mouth shut and tell social media every damn thing. Beautiful Mimi said, I smell my panties when I take them off, and I smell everything I use in the bathroom. It's a little bit weird. I will admit that's a little bit weird. All right, let me get a few more out here. Somebody said, when I pump gas, I have to stop at even numbers or I have to keep going. That's the third or fourth person that said something about even numbers. Paradise Love said, I hold in my gas all night when I stay in the house. What? Okay, that is weird. I hold in my gas all night when I stay. Oh, when I stay at his house. Sorry, I read that wrong. Okay, that's not weird. All girls do that all the time. All right, I'm trying to find some good ones here. April Sky said, I got to eat all my food in equal parts. There has to be the same portion on everything on my plate. All right. Somebody said, I bite off sharp and black. Okay, no, that's not good. Nah, I ring my own doorbell and run at least once a week. That's weird. All right, I thought this was going to be a little bit better. I only eat Chinese food with white plastic forks. I do not eat Chinese food with metal forks. Whatever. It's a little bit weird, but I think that some of those are a little too weird. All right, this brings us to sports news. Congratulations goes out to Steph Curry. He signed a 1-year extension worth, are you ready for this? $62.6 million with Golden State Warriors. And listen to this. Steph Curry's 1-year contract extension is the largest single-year salary in the history of American sports. And they gave it a little analogy here. The $62.2 million is worth more than the Oakland A's 2024 payroll. It's bigger than every MLS payroll for 2024. It's bigger than active payroll for 9 2023 NHL teams. Every WNBA and NWSL team's payroll this year combined is not worth $62.6 million. And the 2023 GDP of Tuvalu is not worth more than $26.6 million. Shout out to Steph Curry. All right, that's it for my Wednesday show. Thank you very much for kicking it with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you tune in for tomorrow and Friday's show. Before you guys leave, I got to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the show. If you're used to watching this show on YouTube or podcast platforms, please try to check me out on CFQR600.com. Weekdays from 11 to 12, Monday through Friday from 11 to 12. We play the Trent Out Loud podcast, but we mix it in with 90s and 2000s hip-hop and R&B. It's a great hour. It's a great way to break up your day and get some entertainment, viral news, and listen to some dope music. I selected music, so you know it's going to be dope. Vice versa, if you're used to listening to the show on CFQR 600 and you can't always catch the Trent Out Loud podcast from 11 to 12, you can always check us out on Spotify, on podcast platforms, or on YouTube. Just go to your desired site, type in Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow or subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And if you're like me and you like to watch your podcast, Spotify now supports video, so check us out on Spotify. You can check me out on any social platform at Trent Out Loud and production company, Exo City Media on Instagram. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Thanks for kicking it. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.